We let the framers do their thing for the last couple of days. This is day 3 of the foundation, and check it out. They set the footings, and these 9-foot panels have already been installed, ready for the rebar to come in. So today I want to talk about 2 different types of foundation walls. I'll explain the differences on my job site chalkboard, the good old way. Here we go. You have your concrete foundation. This is the laterally supported type, okay? So pretend this is a 9-foot section. You have your floor assembly right over top of this. This is your joists. Your backfill is on this side, providing the soil forces coming this way. But your floor assembly is locked on top of here. The force of the soil is being countered by the floor joist system, which sits and locks on top of the foundation. And now don't forget, there's another foundation on this side, foundation wall on this side. So this whole thing is stopping the forces from squeezing in or pushing in to the inside by means of this piece of wood, which forms part of the floor assembly. The cantilever retaining wall looks like this. You have a shorter retaining wall. You have a section that's framed over top of it, and your floor joists are sitting on top of this short wall. Now, the soil forces are going to be in this direction. Your support comes in from this direction. But what happens right here? This acts almost like a knee. So this section here and this section here are the only points that are fastening the assemblies to here and the assemblies to here. So which one do you think is stronger? The one that's full height or the one that's got a break in the middle? I happen to like the tall one better, and I'm sure a lot of engineers would agree with me. Now we have to remember who comes in next after the foundation is done. Concrete guys. You have to imagine how they'll be able to access such a tall wall. Now, for more than the safety reasons and more than access reasons, we've created a platform or scaffolding for them to walk around so they can safely and efficiently and precisely dump the concrete down the wall, at the same time walking around the perimeter without having to jump on top of ladders and climb up and down. Keep in mind one thing when you're deciding between pouring a short concrete wall versus a tall concrete wall is, yes, you'll be putting in a bit more concrete, but you're doing it all in one shot. Rather than pouring the concrete, stripping off the forms, and then going to build another short wall on top of that, all the way around the perimeter, it's gonna cost you more time, more materials, and more labor to do such a thing, and you won't get a better product out of it in the end. So I hope these are some things you can think about when choosing between a taller wall or a shorter wall. So in this project, we have 2 houses that are fairly new, newly built houses within 15 years. Now, we actually kind of lucked out in this case because this foundation is very deep. These are slab on grade houses, no basements. So their foundations are sitting only 2 feet below the sidewalk. Now, when it comes to older houses have a combined storm and sanitary system, meaning that the rainwater from the roof comes down in the gutter, it enters into the 4-inch PVC separately from the drain tile. There's a separate drain tile pipe which collects the water from the ground, and they all go and connect to the same spot in the front of their respective houses. Now you gotta keep in mind, even a standard size house has a roof area of over 1,000 square feet. Under heavy rain loads, and with only 2 or 3 gutters, downspouts coming down, there's a lot of water concentrated in those areas rushing down and into that drain tile. That amount of water is very dangerous for deep foundations. So keep in mind, it's always a good idea to divert that water as far away as possible, and that might mean disconnecting their gutters temporarily and diverting it further in the other side of the backyard away from the cut lines of the excavation.